When the people speak of African economies, they often do so in terms of nation. Nigeria, South Africa, Egypt, Kenya. These names dominate headlines, economic reports, and policy discussions. But beneath the surface of these national statistics lies another, often overlooked reality. Across Africa, individual cities are quietly building economies so large, so dynamic, and so interconnected that they can rival entire countries on the continent. In Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation and the largest economy, this reality is impossible to ignore. From coastal megacities to inland commercial hubs, Nigerian cities generate wealth, employment, trade, and industrial output on a scale that challenges long-held assumptions about development in Africa. This is not a story of oil alone. This is a story of markets and ports, factories and farms, traders and artisans, technologies and logistics, and above all, people. This is the story of 6 Nigerian cities: Lagos, Onitsha, Aba, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Nnewi, whose economies' activities rival and in some cases surpass the economies of many African countries. In the 21st century, cities, not countries, have become the true engines of global economic growth. More than half of the world's population now live in urban areas. Cities concentrate capital, labor, innovation, and infrastructure. They shorten supply chains. They attract investments. They create markets large enough to sustain entire industries. In Africa, this urban transformation is happening faster than anywhere else in the world. Nigeria sits at the center of this shift. With over 200 million people, Nigeria's economy is no longer defined by a single resource or region. Instead, it is powered by cities, each with its own specialization, rhythm, and economic identity. To understand Nigeria's true economic power, one must look beyond national GDP figures and into its urban engines. Lagos is not just Nigeria's largest city. It is one of the largest urban economies in the world. Every day, millions of people move through its roads, ports, markets, offices, and factories. Lagos is Africa's financial capital. The Nigerian Stock Exchange operates here. International banks, insurance companies, fintech startups, and multinational corporations all converge on this coastal megacity. Its ports handle the majority of Nigeria's imports and exports. Containers arrive from Asia, Europe, and the Americas. From Lagos, goods move onward to the West and Central Africa. But Lagos is not only the gateway. It is also a producer. Manufacturing zones stretch across the city, producing food, beverages, pharmaceuticals, building materials, and consumer goods. In recent years, Lagos has emerged as Africa's leading technology hub. Startups valued at billions of dollars operate from modest office spaces. Young entrepreneurs build platforms that serve millions of users across the continent. If Lagos were a country, its economy alone would rival that of several African nations. Yet, what makes Lagos unique is not just its size, but its speed. Lagos moves fast. It adapts. It absorbs people, capital, and ideas, then turns them into economic output. On the eastern bank of the River Niger lies a city whose influence far exceeds its physical size. Onitsha is not defined by skyscrapers or corporate headquarters. It is defined by trade. At the heart of Onitsha lies one of Africa's largest markets. Every day, thousands of traders exchange goods worth millions of dollars. Electronics, textiles, household goods, and building materials. Onitsha functions as a wholesale nerve center. Goods imported through Lagos find their way here. From Onitsha, they are redistributed across eastern and northern Nigeria. Traders operate a complex credit system. Supply chains run with military precision. Though much of this economy exists outside formal statistics, its scale is undeniable. The city's commercial activity rivals the formal economies of several smaller African countries. Onitsha proves that economic power does not always wear suits. Sometimes it wears sounders, carries a ledger, and negotiates prices from dawn till dusk. Aba is a city built by hands that cut leathers, hands that stitch fabric, hands that shape metals. For decades, Aba has been Nigeria's center of indigenous manufacturing. Shoes produced here are worn across West and Central Africa. Bags, belts, garments, and uniforms leave Aba daily in truckloads. Unlike industrial zones designed by governments, Aba's factories grew organically. Small workshops became clusters. Clusters became industries. Aba's strength lies in volumes, adaptability, and skill. Producers respond quickly to market trends. Designs change overnight. Production scales rapidly. The combined output of Aba's informal manufacturing rivals that of light industrial economies of entire African states. In Aba, industrialization did not wait for policy. It simply happened. For more than 1,000 years, Kano has been a center of commerce. Caravans once crossed the Sahara to reach its market. Today, trucks replace camels, but the logic remains the same. Kano is northern Nigeria's economic anchor. Its markets trade agricultural produce from across the Sahel. Its tanneries processes leathers exported across Africa. Its textile trade once clothed a nation. Kano links Nigeria to Niger, Chad, and beyond. In economic terms, Kano functions as a regional capital. Its outputs support millions of livelihoods. Measured independently, Kano's economy rivals that of several landlocked African nations. It is a reminder that Africa's oldest cities remain among its most economically relevant cities. Port Harcourt sits at the center of Nigeria's energy industry. Oil and gas flow through its pipelines. Ships load crude and refined products at its terminals. But Port Harcourt is more than oil. It is a service hub. Engineering firms, logistic companies, marine transports, and industrial maintenance. This city supports an ecosystem that powers Nigeria's largest export sector. Its economic influence stretches far beyond river states. In scale and specialization, Port Harcourt resembles the economies of oil-producing African nations. It is proof that cities can anchor entire national industries. Nnewi is often called the Japan of Africa, not because of government policy, but because of industry. From spare parts to machinery, Nnewi's entrepreneurs manufacture what Nigeria once imported. Factories line its streets. Family-owned conglomerates dominate entire sectors. Nnewi's industrialists reinvest profits locally. Skills are passed down generations. The city's output supplies markets across West Africa. In sheer industrial density, Nnewi rivals the manufacturing bases of small African countries. It stands as one of Africa's clearest examples of indigenous capitalism. These 6 cities tell a larger story. Africa's future will not be built by countries alone. It will be built by cities, cities that trade, cities that manufacture, cities that innovate. In Nigeria, these cities already rival the economies of nations. They remind us that economic power is not always announced. Sometimes it is simply lived. Every day, in markets, factories, ports, and workshops. This is Nigeria's urban economy, and its influence is only just beginning. And so, as night falls across Lagos, as traders close shops in Onitsha, as machines power down in Aba, as markets settle in Kano, as ships dock in Port Harcourt, and as factory lights glow into the night in Nnewi, one truth becomes unmistakably clear. Nigeria's economy is not powered only by oil wells, government offices, or national statistics. It is powered by cities, by markets, by workshops, by ports, and by people. These 6 cities remind us that Africa's economic future is not waiting to happen. It is already happening, quietly, relentlessly, and every single day. And in Nigeria, that future is being built not only in capitals, but in trading hubs, industrial clusters, transport corridors, and commercial streets, where ambition meets opportunity and enterprise meets resilience. This is Nigeria the world rarely sees, but it is Nigeria shaping Africa's tomorrow. If you believe African stories deserve depth, accuracy, and dignity, then you are in the right place. This is 1010 Media, where we tell African stories the way they should be told. If this documentary expanded your understanding of Nigeria's economic power, please like this video, subscribe to 1010 Media, and share it with someone who still thinks Africa's story is only about struggle. Drop a comment below. Which of these capital cities surprised you the most? Which of these cities that are not capitals surprised you the most? And which Nigerian city should we cover next? Until the next story, this is 1010 Media, documenting Africa's rise, one city at a time.